General Hospital. Port Charles is buzzing with speculation after a series of surprising developments leaves nearly everyone questioning what they thought they knew. Just when it seemed one mystery had reached its conclusion, unexpected clues begin pointing in an entirely different direction, setting the stage for emotional confrontations, difficult choices, and long-buried secrets coming back into the light. The biggest surprise comes when rumors begin circulating that Cassius may still be alive. At first, most people dismiss the whispers as nothing more than another wild story spreading through town. Port Charles has seen its share of unbelievable twists, and many residents refuse to believe another impossible tale without proof. Still, the rumors refuse to disappear. Instead, they grow stronger with every passing day. Several witnesses claim to have seen someone matching Cassius's description in different parts of the city. None of the sightings can be confirmed, but the similarities are enough to raise serious questions. Suddenly, conversations that once seemed settled are reopened, and everyone begins wondering whether the truth has been hiding in plain sight all along. Sonny is one of the first to realize that these reports cannot simply be ignored. Years of experience have taught him that even the smallest detail can change everything. Rather than acting on emotion, he carefully starts putting together every piece of information available. The more Sonny investigates, the more inconsistencies he discovers. Certain events from the past no longer fit the official story. Timelines appear incomplete. Witness accounts conflict with one another. Details that once seemed insignificant suddenly take on new meaning. Sonny knows better than to jump to conclusions, but he also understands that ignoring these discoveries could be an even bigger mistake. At nearly the same time, Lulu finds herself following a completely different trail. While working to verify several unrelated leads, she unexpectedly stumbles across information connected to Carly. At first, it appears harmless, just another forgotten detail buried beneath countless old conversations and overlooked documents. But something doesn't feel right. The more Lulu examines the information, the more convinced she becomes that an important part of the story has never been revealed. Instead of rushing to expose her findings, Lulu decides to investigate quietly. She understands that assumptions can easily destroy relationships, especially when emotions are already running high. As she continues searching for answers, small discoveries begin connecting in surprising ways. A familiar location, an unexplained meeting, a conversation that suddenly carries far greater significance than anyone originally realized. Piece by piece, Lulu starts forming a picture that suggests Carly may have been protecting something far more important than anyone imagined. Whether that secret was kept to protect herself or someone else remains unclear. Meanwhile, Carly notices subtle changes in the behavior of those around her. People hesitate before speaking. Questions become unusually specific. Old memories begin resurfacing during casual conversations. She senses that something is changing, even if nobody openly says it. Rather than confronting everyone directly, Carly chooses to remain patient, believing that reacting too quickly could make matters worse. Still, maintaining that calm becomes increasingly difficult. Every unexpected phone call, every mysterious glance, every unfinished conversation, they all remind her that the past rarely stays buried forever. Elsewhere, Sonny continues gathering information from trusted sources. Instead of relying on rumors, he focuses on facts. He revisits earlier events, compares statements, and notices patterns that had previously escaped everyone's attention. One particular clue catches his attention more than anything else. Someone appears to have deliberately redirected attention away from a critical event months earlier. The discovery doesn't immediately answer every question, but it confirms one thing: someone wanted the truth to remain hidden. That realization completely changes Sonny's perspective. Instead of asking whether Cassius survived, he begins asking why someone would want everyone to believe otherwise. Those are two very different questions. As Sonny quietly follows this new line of thinking, Lulu reaches a breakthrough of her own. While reviewing additional records and speaking with people connected to earlier events, Lulu uncovers evidence suggesting Carly made an important decision during a private moment that very few people knew about. The decision itself wasn't necessarily wrong, but the reason behind it remains a mystery. Lulu carefully considers every possibility. Perhaps Carly was protecting her family. Perhaps she was honoring someone's request. Perhaps she believed revealing the truth would create even greater consequences. No matter the explanation, Lulu realizes this forgotten moment may connect directly to everything now unfolding. The closer Sonny and Lulu come to their separate discoveries, the more their investigations begin overlapping. Without realizing it at first, both are searching for different pieces of the same puzzle. Eventually, they compare notes. Neither can believe how closely their findings align. What originally looked like two unrelated mysteries suddenly appears connected through a chain of overlooked decisions stretching back much farther than expected. Together, they begin reconstructing events from an entirely new perspective. Every conversation, every unexpected meeting, every unexplained absence, each detail begins fitting together with remarkable precision. Yet, despite all this progress, one enormous question remains unanswered. If Cassius truly survived, where has he been, and why choose this moment to reappear? Possible explanations continue emerging. Some believe he stayed away for personal reasons.
Others suspect outside circumstances prevented him from returning sooner. Another theory suggests someone actively encouraged him to remain hidden until the timing was right. None of these possibilities can be confirmed, but each one creates even more anticipation. Meanwhile, Carly faces increasing emotional pressure. She knows certain memories are beginning to resurface among those closest to her. Every conversation becomes more delicate. Every decision carries greater weight. She understands that once the full truth emerges, there may be no opportunity to reshape how others interpret her actions. Still, Carly refuses to let fear dictate her choices. Instead, she prepares herself for whatever conversation may eventually come. Across Port Charles, the atmosphere grows increasingly tense. Friends quietly compare observations. Families begin questioning old assumptions. Long-forgotten events suddenly become the center of attention once again. Even individuals with no direct connection to the mystery find themselves wondering how many unanswered questions remain hidden beneath the surface. Sonny remains focused despite growing distractions. He reminds himself that solving a mystery requires patience. One missing detail can change the meaning of every clue collected before it. Rather than rushing toward dramatic conclusions, he continues verifying every new piece of information. That careful approach soon pays off. Another witness steps forward. Although the testimony isn't definitive, it provides enough consistency to strengthen earlier reports. Suddenly, the possibility that once seemed impossible begins appearing far more believable. Lulu also experiences a significant breakthrough. She uncovers additional evidence suggesting Carly's secret moment wasn't simply an isolated decision. Instead, it may have influenced several important events that followed. If that's true, the emotional impact could extend far beyond Carly herself. Relationships may be reevaluated. Old misunderstandings could finally receive new context. Difficult choices that once appeared confusing might suddenly make perfect sense. Of course, understanding someone's motivations doesn't erase the consequences of their decisions. That reality creates an emotional dilemma for everyone involved. Can people accept that good intentions sometimes produce unexpected outcomes? Can trust be rebuilt after important truths remain hidden for so long? These questions become just as important as uncovering the mystery itself. As Sonny and Lulu move closer to the answers, they recognize another challenge. Not everyone wants the past reopened.
Some individuals believe exposing old secrets will only create unnecessary pain. Others insist the truth deserves to be known regardless of the consequences. Neither viewpoint is entirely wrong. Both reflect the complicated emotions that have always defined life in Port Charles. Eventually, circumstances bring several key characters together in an unexpected setting. What begins as an ordinary conversation slowly transforms into a powerful exchange filled with careful questions, emotional pauses, and meaningful silence. Nobody immediately reveals everything they know. Instead, each person waits for someone else to speak first. The tension becomes almost impossible to ignore. Every expression carries hidden meaning. Every word feels carefully chosen. It becomes obvious that everyone senses a major revelation approaching. Whether that revelation confirms Cassius's survival or finally explains Carly's mysterious decision remains uncertain. But one thing becomes increasingly clear. The truth can remain hidden only for so long. Sooner or later, every secret finds its way into the light. When that moment finally arrives, Port Charles may never view its recent history the same way again. Unexpected alliances could emerge. Old friendships may grow stronger. Past conflicts might finally receive long-awaited resolution, or entirely new challenges could begin. Whatever happens next, the journey promises emotional conversations, surprising discoveries, and unforgettable moments that remind everyone why the residents of Port Charles are never truly finished writing the next chapter of their lives. As the mystery continues unfolding, viewers are left with one unforgettable question. Has Cassius really returned, or is there an even bigger surprise waiting just beyond the next revelation? Only the coming events will provide the answer, and if recent developments are any indication, Port Charles is only beginning to reveal its most surprising secrets. If you enjoyed exploring these developing story possibilities, be sure to like the video, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more General Hospital-inspired spoiler discussions, character theories, and future storyline updates.